Hi, Jared. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me, Amir.
I'm very excited to share about your project with our audience. So please introduce yourself and tell us more about what you do.
Yeah, my name is Jared Postal. I am the executive director at IC Color Project. We are a nonprofit 501c3 nonprofit charity that's focus and mission is to raise awareness for the colorblind community and specifically for the young children, raising awareness at the school level for teachers, parents, and students as well.
That's great. That's good. So, as far as I know, you are not colorblind by yourself. So, I'm wonder what was the reason that you started to helping colorblind people and invest your time and bring some good changes in people's, especially as you say, children, parents, teachers' lives.
So myself, you're correct. I'm not colorblind. I actually came upon it because I was running a previous nonprofit charity and happened to come across a couple videos of different people putting on the color filtered glasses and seeing just the excitement on these people's faces, and it got me thinking with the nonprofit that we should hold a similar type of event. And not knowing much about color blindness at the time, I wanted to reach out to another charity or group that had more expertise than myself at the time. And to my surprise, there really wasn't any. I was very, very shocked when you look at how many people are affected by some form of color blindness versus the lack of research awareness groups. It's very disproportional, and kind of bell clicked off that kind of tick 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 that this is your opportunity to really make a big impact on a community that really needs more voices and more awareness.
Yeah, that is really amazing because uh, the population is huge. It's more than 350 million people. So when I started to looking for some resources for myself back in decades ago even, so it wasn't any useful, really useful information. It was some blogs, but it wouldn't 100% solve the problem, especially because I was studying architecture and I wanted to be a designer, so it was super difficult for me. And by the time I learned some tips and tricks and started to educate myself by experience, and in 2022 still we see there is no organization that taking really effective steps to help this huge amount of people. So it's very amazing that you started it, and I'm very happy to have a chance to working with your organization as well.
Absolutely. And as I've started and spoke about it, I've met more and more people that I didn't know myself were colorblind, and you just learn more and more. And for somebody who isn't colorblind, I don't say you appreciate it, but you just get a better understanding of what it's really like, and why not support a community like that.
Yeah, that's great. So can you tell us exactly what you do? For example, what are the services you provide, how your team works, who are in your team, and give us more information?
Absolutely. So we have a pretty small team right now. Most of the day in, day out operations are myself and my mother. We have a board of directors of three, and one of them being a Dr. Brandon Cornish, who is an optometric physician in Fort Lauderdale and familiar, one of the few physicians down here that are familiar with color blindness. And so we felt it was a great person to add. He's very knowledgeable, and he's even offered to give free consultations in his office to anybody who goes through our IC program testing, our IC Color Project testing program. And so what we've done so far is we've created a teacher's resource guide for the Broward County and Palm Beach County school districts, as well as a specific guide for the early childhood learning, like the pre-K age, for the David Posnack Jewish Community Centers. So those guides have been sent out and distributed, and it's really just educating the teachers on what color blindness is, indicators, and some of the stuff that they might not realize that they might be doing, as far as using different colors on the chalkboard and whiteboards, and not labeling things in the classroom that could and should be labeled. So it's really just giving them some tips, and hopefully putting children affected by color blindness in the best position to succeed, because at the end of the day, we want everybody to be on the same playing field. And the more that teachers are educated and aware of some of the things that they could be doing, the better off everybody is. So we've created the teacher's guide, and then we're also in the process of trying to begin testing in the school level. We're in discussions with the David Posnack Jewish Community Center, as well as we've, as of yesterday, have been provisionally accepted by the Broward County School District to begin a pilot testing program at one of their schools. So it was extremely exciting news. Broward County is, I believe, the second or third largest county in the state of Florida, and probably one of the top 10 in the country. So it took 11 months from start to finish. We were declined. I went in front of the district at their monthly meetings and spoke. And so it's really exciting news, and I'll have to keep you updated on how that goes. But part of the nonprofit is where we're looking to do the testing, raise awareness, but also any of the children who do screen positive, as well as go to Dr. Cornish for the further consultation. We are going to purchase color filtered glasses for any children who qualify for our hardship program.
That's great. That's amazing, really. Educating teachers are super important, because when I was at a school, I mislabeled as a student with learning difficulties, and anyway, in that time nobody knew about color blindness. We didn't have access to internet, so it was a different time. But still, so many of teachers don't have any information, and even if they know what is color blindness, they don't know how to adapt the classroom to solve some of the issues, especially during exam time. And there are so many stuff in the school, color coding, and kind of bullying. Other students used to bullying others, so it's hard to. So what you do is great, really, and I want to ask you how people can join, how people can support what you do, and a little bit let us know, is it only about Florida currently, or no, everywhere is possible to go to the schools?
So right now we're based in Florida and focusing right now. And what our end goal is, once we work with Broward County and do the testing there, and assuming that goes very successfully, we'd like to take it to the state of Florida and try to get a implementation of mandatory testing. That's our goal. We're, like I said, a very small group. So there's only so much actual testing we can do. So once we get the proof of concept, we'd really like to take it to the higher ups, and really like to see it grow. And then once it's there, we love all the other, as many different groups, anybody else to kind of go about themselves and take initiative. We'd love to help out as well if there's anything we can do. But yeah, at the end of the day, our goal would be to see every school in the country be tested for potential color blindness, as well as the education for the teachers and parents.
Yeah, of course, for sure it will happen. It just takes some time because at the beginning it's a little bit hard and difficult, but slowly, after a few experiences working with different schools, you will get a lot of requests. So how people can support you, how people can join, is it any information you want to share?
Yeah, if you are local in the South Florida community and interested in volunteering, you can send us an email. You can go to our website, www.iccolorproject.org, as well as follow us on social media, any of the at IC Color Project. And yeah, just said like, share. We'd love to hear your stories, any tips, recommendations you have. We are very transparent and always looking to learn more and more.
Okay, great. Is it possible to do donations to buying those glasses?
Absolutely. On our website, there is a donation link. 100% of the money donated goes directly to the glasses. Nobody on our team takes a salary. We don't pay. I work out of my apartment. So there really are zero expenses besides the money going directly to the glasses that we get a very good discount on due to Dr. Brandon Cornish's connections.
So another thing is, after some amount of time you're spending in this project and knowing about color blindness, do you have any advice, especially for parents?
My first recommendation would be to tell all your teachers. I've seen a survey of over 1,000 parents and students that are colorblind, and it said only 25% of parents that knew that they had a child that was colorblind. Only 25% of them told their teacher. So my number one would be to be very vocal. Don't be, I don't say ashamed, embarrassed, or anything. That would be my number one.
What is number two?
Number two would just educate yourself. Understand the labeling, what colors your particular child might have difficulties with, and just understanding more and more.
My personal advice is, firstly, don't feel you're different. Secondly, don't be shy to share it with others, you know. Most of us keep it as a secret because when we say I'm colorblind, what's going to happen is this question: what color is it? What color is that? And we don't like it. So because of this,
completely understand.
Yeah, because of this reaction, usually we keep it as a secret. But slowly, I think as much as people awareness increase, then it's going to be a less question, and it will give us some time to explain it to them and open up. So this is my first advice and the key to come out of this situation. So last thing is, you reviewed our online courses. I want to know your honest opinion about our courses. You reviewed the children parents course and another one, tips and tricks.
Without groups and the few organizations like yourself, there's no way that I would have been able to do what I've done, learn what I've learned. So I found it extremely useful. I'll send you the guide, and you'll see that there were different parts that I used a different part and credited and such. So it was very useful, and I haven't said this yet, but thank you very much for everything you do for the community and have done. Because if it wasn't for you and a few other groups, there'd be no awareness being done.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we try to help. I created a product that for whole life I was in need, so I try my best to create high quality content to solve these problems. So thank you so much, Jared, joining me today. Is there anything at the end you want to add? Is there any suggestion, request, or?
Like you said, if you happen to meet somebody who happens to be colorblind, just know they're just like every other person, and respectfully, just be respectful. Just be respectful. 300 million people, 1 in 12 males, boys, 1 in 200 girls. It's a very common thing. We're just looking to provide tips and anything we can, awareness to help the community.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I will share your website link here that people can check your website and join your activities, support you. And wish you a lot of luck and good news.
Thank you so much for your time.